Good evening, and now the details. Dr. Kerry Wallace, Executive Director of the Tourism Enhancement Fund TEF, is urging more business operators in Western Jamaica to join the tourism industry. He expressed delight at the expansion of the Hotel Global Villa and praised the owner for investing in the sector. He is encouraging other business operators to seize the opportunity to participate in the country's fastest growing industry.
It's a reflection of tourism entrepreneurship, Jamaican owned, and it's like a family of sisters that have put it together and expanding it and added amenities, swimming pools and so on to add to the diversity of the products that we offer here in Destination Jamaica. I love to see when our own Jamaicans invest and partake in the tourism pie. I believe that there is a tremendous opportunity now as the industry that's growing the fastest in Jamaica. Travel in general across the world is growing, and we are at the doorstep of some big economies and some big populations, and we are English speaking, and we have so much natural beauty and cultural beauty that we could all be wealthy from tourism. And so I like to see when our own Jamaicans invest and get involved and are at the front of the table.
Continuing with the news, a new 100,000 US gallon storage tank has been installed to improve water delivery in Sandside and Trinity Heights communities in St. Mary. The tank was installed at a cost of $22 million. This is part of a $600 million program that aims to refurbish and recommission 33 water storage tanks serving a total of 120 accounts and over 500 persons. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samuda, praised the National Water Commission's efforts to enhance both small and large water supply systems in the past year.
Give you the scale and an idea of what we're trying to accomplish this year. I can tell you that we are going to deploy $7 billion Jamaican dollars of water projects this year that will further benefit 150,000 Jamaicans, not least of all the residents of St. Mary. This commissioning of this system may seem like a small system, but it is 22 million Jamaican dollars of investment into the people of St. Mary. Now that shouldn't be scoffed at. That is a major investment in a 100,000 gallon tank that we have made. And I think that should be noted, and I think it should be acknowledged, and I thank the team that would have worked on the project.
The minister, who spoke during a ceremony for the Sandside Storage Tank Replacement Project in Trinity yesterday, praised St. Mary's political representatives and caretakers, whom he says frequently communicate their needs, leaving no room for complacency. He went on to share several water projects that have already taken place in St. Mary, while conceding that there is more to be done.
NWC being profitable for the first time in decades is so important. That gives us the fiscal space to invest more in water supply. It gives us the fiscal space to ensure that we are able to make existing systems better, to make them more reliable. It gives us the fiscal space to ensure that communities that have done without water from they were founded, in some cases, never had reliable potable water, we're able to extend the utility footprint of the NWC. So it is incredibly important that NWC is managed very carefully. It has always been listed, and if we think back on every IMF program that Jamaica has had, every single one, NWC was listed as a fiscal risk. It is our commitment at the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, under the directives of the Prime Minister, to ensure that NWC moves from being listed as a financial or a fiscal risk rather, to being a fiscal asset of this country.
Several residents have praised the government for the project, citing that it has significantly alleviated the issue of receiving water only once or twice a week in the past. The minister has pledged to bring about a noteworthy change in the water situation of various communities by 2030, with improvements each year. 2-year-old Tiana Walters died after being hit by a motor vehicle while crossing the road near her home in Hendon, Norwood, St. James. The incident occurred on Wednesday at around 11:15 a.m. when Tiana reportedly ran from her father's parked car towards the gate and was subsequently struck by a gray Toyota Noah bus. She sustained fatal head and body injuries and was pronounced dead at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The driver has been warned for prosecution. And in a breaking update to the reported fraud at Seprod Group, Ramon Bailey, a former employee of the company, has been arrested in connection with the ongoing $159 million fraud probe. Bailey was apprehended at a Kingston bakery yesterday afternoon, where he had reportedly found new employment after resigning from Seprod. He is scheduled to face charges on Monday, joining the ranks of 17 other men who have been held in connection with the investigation. Still tonight, a ceremony was held yesterday to hand over appliances and furniture to the Rio Cobre Juvenile Correctional Center through a joint partnership between the Ministry of National Security, Department of Correctional Services, and the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF. The purpose of the supplies is to improve the living conditions of the youth at the center and the resources available. During the event, Dr. Horace Chang, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, expressed empathy towards the young men at the Rio Cobre Juvenile Correctional Center, acknowledging that many of them end up in conflict with the law due to a lack of opportunities.
We have to listen to our people, young men, young women, respect their culture and respect how they operate, and to relate our education to what they're doing, to how to reach them. You have to engage them, and engage them in a means that they can understand. And I found while she wasn't doing music, she would take boys on the football field. Again, there's a time when school changed, and the summer year went to high school, and school would say, "Bye, boys, come play football." So they take young men off the street who can play good football, had a couple in Russies, and they take them to school and they play football. But they wouldn't go anywhere else. During the day they walk around or they play sports on the field, and they end up leaving school not able to read and write. So they couldn't get a decent job and they end up in problems. Some may end up here.
Minister Chang cited the ministry's We Transform Youth Empowerment program as an initiative that seeks to provide youth with a well-needed second opportunity.
What I want to say to this morning, it doesn't mean that you have to stay on the ground. It doesn't mean you cannot get to the finishing line. And some of the equipment we're giving here this morning, industrial stove, smart television, is part of the overall equipment of the institution to assist in providing courses that you can reach to a finish line. You can too look to living your dreams, achieving your ambitions without having to break the law again. That's the ultimate objective of the We Transform Youth Empowerment Program. Not to make you just a good guy. I want to make you a productive, successful individual.
Dr. Kerry Wallace, Executive Director of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, left a strong charge with the young men of the facility, sharing that they are instrumental to a better Jamaica.
So there is a Jamaica where we are what we call first world. There's a Jamaica where everybody have money in their pockets. There is a Jamaica where the place is peaceful. Everybody too busy in a job or two jobs, just like foreign. They're earning money, and what they earn can buy, stock them fridge properly, and buy TV and buy a couch and them have pay down on a home. There is a Jamaica like that in our future, you know, where all of us can have that. The question is, how do we get from where we are today to that Jamaica? And that's where I'm going to rely on you, the youngsters, the young men in Jamaica. Because despite the powder white sand beaches that we have in tourism and the waterfalls and all those things that make visitors want to come.
Thank you,
When we do the
Minister Chang, for those I would think really inspiring words for the youngsters here. Where the minister
what the answer is?
Made it quite clear that to see this as...
And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelly Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.